This is the most overpowered coin making method in CFB 26. Now there's two pretty simple coin making methods I'm going to be showing you guys in today's video. Number one is something you can do if you're chilling at 5, 10, or 50,000 coins. And number two is really what I would consider the most OP method in this game, but it does require about 100,000 coins to get started. Now method number one, it's simple. You probably heard about it before, but it is the playbook method in this game. And there's two ways we're going to do this playbook method. Number one is by buying playbooks at about 4,000 coins and then turning them into this Oregon State offense right here, who sells for 5.5k to make a little coin there. And number two, we're also going to pick up playbooks for free and simply sell them all for 5k plus. Now, how do you figure out which playbooks are expensive? Because that's kind of the main problem with this method. I would say go on Twitter, go on YouTube, and look for ebooks. You're going to want to look for ebooks, and then when you see someone on Twitter who suggests a playbook that they really like, that's a book that's typically going to sell for a good amount of coins. Now, Purdue offense right here, I know Throne mentioned he was running this one, and if we take a look at the price of Purdue offense, well, that one's 3.1k. Oregon State offense, I know is selling for a good price because I believe Civil mentioned it's one of his favorite playbooks to use. So really all you're going to do is you're going to try and find people who are recommending playbooks, and then typically those ones, they just go up in price. So Oregon State offense right here, we can go through and we can get this book for 4.5k. Go to your general offers tab of your store, find the offense playbook fantasy pack right here. It costs 4.5 thousand coins. We'll get a book that sells for 5.5. That's a little bit of profit. We'll take it. And yeah, we'll open up the multiple offense playbook fantasy pack. We will pick Oregon State. We will sell that book off. And in a couple of seconds, we're making a little bit of coin. It is not difficult. It is very easy. You can literally just double trap the right trigger after you pick your playbook, and it's now posted at 5.5k. Now, additionally, if you want these books for free, all you got to do is go on over to the play tab right here, go to your challenges section and find what is your offense or what is your defense. And then for me, if I wanted Oregon State, I would go on over to the multiple offense section right here called multiple. I'd play these 3 solos, which takes me 2 minutes, and then I'd get the Oregon State book just like that. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. That's not really a fun coin making method. That's not going to be making you more than 5 or 10,000 coins in this game. Let's get into stuff that's a little bit more effective and can make you a lot. To get cut 26 coins for the cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP by clicking the link in the description and use the promo code SWIFT to save an additional 8% on your order. Now, for method number 2, we are going to be focusing on really the only way you can generate value in this game right now. If I go on over to the sets tab right here, you're going to see there's not really any sets in this game that can make you coin. There's not even a set that can allow you to go through and turn like 83 overall players in a program up to 85. Really, the only way you can do that is by going through and going to the store tab and finding these training offers. Because I'm not going to lie to you, these training packs right here, they are absolutely the move when it comes to making coins. And what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to arbitrage our way into making coin. Now, what I mean by that is we're buying training at a really cheap price and we're rolling it into content that's pretty expensive. Now, before we get too far along with this video, I'm dropping a video tomorrow showing you how to make 120,000 coins for free, guaranteed in this game. If you would like to stay up to date with that content, hit that red subscribe button down below. Now, how's that going to be accomplished? Well, we're going to be buying training at a 70 coin per training point ratio, or at least pretty close to a 70 coin per training point ratio. And in terms of the numbers on this, they're actually pretty solid. You'll see in just a second, but if we're buying training at a 70 coin per training point ratio, and we need to spend 1,500 training to open the pack up, we'll do that math right here. That's the equivalent of spending 105k every single time you open the pack. And that number is going to come into play a little bit later on in today's video because we're going to be pulling a card that is selling for at least 130,000 coins and maybe up to 600,000 coins depending on how lucky we get. Now, the hard part of this is, of course, buying your training, and actually I'm focusing on some really low overall players, 78s, 79s, and 80s. Those are kind of what I'm targeting. Now, for the 78s, I'm looking for about 5.8k. For the 79s, I'm looking for about 8.4k, and I can't lie, it's not easy to find these snipes. I'll show you a couple ways you can go through and look to find these deals, but the first thing you're doing is you're going position by position. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a lot of bidding on these players. Because this Devin Brown card is an example, I can bid 5.8k on the player, and if that auction ends up expiring and no one else bids on the card, I'll win them for 5.8k. Now, obviously, we're also looking to buy these cards outright, and we're looking to go through and get them at that reduced deal, which ends up being right here. I'll show you on the screen again, about 5.8k for your 78s and 8.4k for your 79s. If you see a card and you can buy them out at that price, that's wonderful. You just buy the card right there. But a lot of the time, like I said, you're going to be bidding on these players, which isn't super fun, but it is relatively effective because honestly, there's not really too many people that are going through and bidding on cards in this game. It's just not a very popular thing to do. So a lot of the time, these auctions, they're just going to expire and you're just going to win them outright right there. All I'm doing is I'm flipping position by position. I've got my numbers written down. I'll show you guys my personal bids in just a second to show you that yes, I'm finding these cards at the right price. 6.5 isn't a bad deal for a 78, even if you're going through and spending a tiny bit more. Like if you're at a 72 or a 73 coin per training point ratio, you're still in for a good price. You're still in for 108k right there. That's not bad. So flipping position by position is definitely one you can do. I also think going to the newest program in this game, which right now, of course, is the Fresh Faces program, and just going all offense and all defense, sometimes you can find some super snipes at like 13k, at 12k. Realistically, you're gonna have to find these cards at about 13 or 12k if you want to be in a situation where you're achieving that like 70 coin per training point ratio, which I know it's not easy to do, but it is doable. I'll show you guys my bids in just a second just to prove that. And also, you can do the exact same bidding method on these players as well. If I flip this on to price right here, you guys are gonna see I can bid on all these cards at like 12.6k, and if these expire right here, I'm getting about a 70 coin per training point ratio. 12k is what you'd look for on the 80s as well. Okay, now that is of course the tedious part you guys gotta complete. In my bids right here, you guys are gonna see that all these players are getting bid on at like 6.3k. I'm bidding on these cards right here at like 12.6, 14k. Those are really the numbers you guys would look for. Buying these 80s at 12.6 as well, bidding on them at 14k. You guys are finding these cards at about the numbers I said. And now once you've got all your players, well, we're gonna go on over to the newest tab and we're gonna quick sell all of these cards for training points. Now I'm gonna be quick selling all the players that I bid on and call it the past like 20-30 minutes right here, and we're making 14.7k training. That is exactly enough to open one pack. Now how do you decide what pack you're gonna open? Well, this is kind of gonna be up to you guys. What you're gonna do is you're gonna do a little bit of analysis on this website called CFB.fan. I'll do it for you right here in today's video, and essentially what I'm looking for is I'm looking to see which of these programs between Fresh Faces, Names of the Game, and Standouts have the most volume of expensive players. Now the Fresh Faces promo, I can't lie, it looks pretty good. There's a regular 85 overall up for 330k. That's really good. We got a couple of LTDs that are going for a good price and some cards at like 175. Remember, we just spent like 110 or 115 to get this set done. Then if we take a look at Standouts, I think Standouts is probably the worst run right here. A lot going for about 130 and nothing really too great beyond that. And then Names of the Game, this one's actually not bad at all. There's a Dylan Raiola up for 255. There's a DIC Hopkins up for 171. I can't lie, Names of the Game is really, really good. I'm probably gonna go with the Fresh Faces one though, although I will say Fresh Faces or Names of the Game, you can kind of go with either. I'll go Fresh Faces right here because we got this 331k 85 overall, and that's really calling my name. So Fresh Faces, 85 plus overall training pack. I cannot lie, I already pulled an 87 overall BND player out of the Fresh Faces offer, so I don't know if my luck is going to be amazing in today's video, but regardless, let's give it a roll. It's 1590 training, so I'll do the math for you guys right here. 1590 multiplied by like a 71 coin per training point ratio, we're in for about 110k. And let's see what we're going to be pulling out of this coin making method. This is the best way to make coins in this game in my personal opinion. It's not going to be an LTD. Show me the receiver right here. We get the receiver, Kevin Conception. This card is going for 300,000 coins, and that is why. Oh wow, he's 170k. His price came down. Oh no, it's not Kevin Conception. It's Nick Anderson right here, who's going for 330k. Regardless though, 170 is not a bad number, and we're gonna be making a good bit of coin right here. We're making about like 60k after tax, which we will absolutely take. I'll put him up for 169. Cash me out, boys. And until next time, I'm out. Love y'all. See ya. Peace.